If you would like to discover what's in store for the next Mythic Legions action figure wave, we'll have to wait until Friday, November 4th. But if you want to join me in speculating what could be on the way, well, you are in the right place. Okay, before I start my list, I want you to go down in the comments below and share your predictions, hopes, wishes, whatever, for the Necronominus wave that will be announced this Friday. Pause it, whatever, go down in the comments, share yours while you're still fresh before you've heard my predictions, and then come back and unpause it and then watch the rest of this as I share my top 10 Mythic Legions predictions for G-Con Necronominus Wave. Quick little info while you're doing those comments below, just know that from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. on Friday, November 4th, G-Con takes place, which is the online convention that Source Horseman has been doing for years now, and it is when they will be revealing their fourth and final Horseman wave, the wave that has a very specific theme, the four horsemen, the first one being Arethyr, then they had Alithia, then they had Poxis, and now they're going to be revealing Necronominus wave. So that wave will be going up for sale this Friday, if you're watching this video the week it comes out, and it will probably run for a month or two for pre-order. So until that day happens, we have no clue really what's coming. I have zero inside information. I know that I am friends with people at Four Horsemen, but they do not tell me anything. The only time I've ever had inside information from them is when I revealed the Headless Horseman. That was a collaboration between me and Four Horsemen Studios. So I have no information now. Nobody tells me a thing. So everything I'm coming up with here is my own predictions, kind of like more like my own hopes on a lot of these things, like some of it I don't really know if it's going to come true, but maybe. And some I do think are predictions that I think have a good chance of happening. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. You've got your predictions in the comments below, and that'll be fun for me to take a look at because I love hearing what people have to say, and I'll probably be like, damn it, I should have thought of that. I probably should redo this video, but I'm not going to. Okay, let's dive right into this thing and talk about my top 10. Now, just a reminder that this wave, the Necronominus wave, should most likely be Necronominus faction characters, which are skeletons for the most part, and Aetheron factions, which are knights for the most part. There are some angels, but it's like angel knight type characters. So that's where my mind is at with this new wave. And my first few are probably going to come off as very obvious, but I want to share them nevertheless because these are my predictions. So number 10 is that I think they're going to introduce some new parts for both brute scale figures and the 2.0 slimmer body. That seems kind of obvious and like a no-brainer type thing, but the brute scale is definitely due. We've now seen it in two other waves. It's in the Cosmic Legions second wave, and it's in the Poxis wave twice, and it's a very bare-chested kind of thing. So my prediction there is that we could see some armored parts for the brute scale, which I don't know if that's a prediction or just a wish because I'm really excited for that scale. So hopefully that. And then the prediction for the 2.0 slimmer body is that I hope, or I wish, predict, whatever, I hope that they do a tabard style torso for the male knight. They have the female like cloth style torso for that one, but they don't have the male style torso. So that's my number 10. My number 9 is pretty obvious as well, and that is I think that they're going to bring that Xylernian Guard helmet back in. That's a very versatile helmet. You can have different visors. It's going to be a helmet that can have different faces underneath. So that Xylernian Guard helmet is prediction number 9. And then number 8 is kind of a big one, and this is some kind of white horse-like mount, whether that's a Pegasus or some type of other, fantastical type mount, or just a straight up white horse for a white knight type character. I do think that they're going to bring in another mount. Now, the key there is, will they do two mounts in it? I'm not sure, but Alithia Wave had like three mounts kind of, like it had the horse, it had the moose, two mounts, plus it had the centaur, which also had that body. So yeah, I think it could happen. I think we could see both Necronomus's horse and another horse in the wave. And if they do another horse, my prediction is white horse. Prediction number 7. This is something, again, probably pretty obvious, but since we got the Alithia figure with the backpack that had the skeletal limbs on there, and they introduced the limbs that were bare, they didn't have the guards, the gauntlets on there. It was just a bare arm all the way down. I think because of that, we're going to see more 2.0 sized skeletons. Maybe even a full-blown top-to-bottom skeleton with 0 armor. It seems like every company right now, from Foosh to Boss Fight to Storm Collectibles, are making 1/12 scale full-on skeletons. And that is my prediction here, that we're going to see a brand new full skeleton without any armor or very close to a pure skeleton. Number 6 is something that I think could go either way in terms of how likely I believe it's going to be. And that is because of the previous waves. In the Aether wave, we did not get a character that was a 2.0 version of a character. Then in the Alithia wave, we got 2 characters that were 2.0 versions. Baron Voligar 2 and Artemis 2 were in that wave. And then the next wave, I was thinking, oh, we're going to get a 2.0 of a good guy and a 2.0 of a bad guy. But really what we got was a new meshed version of 2 characters into this one other character. And that was the Azar and Zazar together. So that one surprised me a little bit, that there was no other, version 2s of characters. So this time, I think they are going to go back to doing a version 2 of a character. Maybe it'll be Gideon or Morgalith or Ignatius or Valgard, like something that's going to come out as a 2.0 version with updated styling from a different part of the story with a different look. Speaking of Valgard, my number 5, and this could end up being an overlap if they do a reissue or a new version of Valgard. My prediction here is that they're going to do another Dwarven Knight. Could be Sir Valgard, maybe a new character, but we've kind of not had a lot of dwarves lately, and we're overdue for some dwarves, so I think we're going to see a Dwarven Knight in this wave. Number 4 is very much lore-based, and this is based on the fact that the Heavens brand has the power to convert an evil character to the good side. It can convert their soul. So I have a feeling whether it's someone from the Necronominus wave or even from another bad guy wave, like a character from the Aether wave, converted back over to good. So you might get this could overlap again with the version 2 character, where that version 2 character used to be a bad guy and is now a good guy. And again, connecting my predictions here, my number 3 could end up being a part of my number 4, a converted character, and that is Hagnon. Hagnon was a good guy. He was a knight. He was a member of the Order of Aetheron, and he was killed and converted over to the evil Necronominus. So could we see, are we going to see blue Hagnon, and the blue glow means that he's a good guy now? And I think it could potentially be a little bit different. I don't necessarily think it's going to be just a straight recast, but maybe it'll be another glow-in-the-dark figure, different parts, new parts maybe even a mixture of glow-in-the-dark and solid parts. But it'll be a blue Hagnon, and it will tie into that conversion of a bad guy back to a good guy. Okay, my top 2 are kind of like my answers to what I think are the most popular predictions out there. My number 2 is, a lot of people think that we're going to see version 2 of Aetheron, or a reissue of Aetheron, one of the great beasts, or I think they're called the great beasts of the good guy factions. And my prediction to the answer to that question is no, we will not see Aetheron coming back in this wave. I think they're going to probably have plans for a whole series of waves with the great beasts. And I say that because we haven't seen any of them reissued in any of these Horseman waves, right? So last time we could have seen Xylona issued in the Alithia wave, right? They didn't do that. They haven't done any of those beasts in any of these waves. So I don't think the Great Crowned Eagle is going to be coming back just yet. And number 1, again, most popular prediction, a lot of people are suspecting, because 4 Horsemen like to get crazy with things, they like to go big, they like to shock, and they like to just take risks. A lot of people are thinking that we're going to see a full-blown skeleton horse, top to bottom, all new parts, new torso, new legs, new heads, neck, all those parts would be brand new on a fully skeletal horse, which would make sense because the skeleton faction, and you have the skeleton leader, Necronominus himself, so his horse would make sense to be skeletal. But I'm going to say No, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they'll mix parts with the Poxus horse that has some peeled away limbs, right? It's got like at least 1 or 2 limbs where it's like the flesh is peeling away. They might have a new skull, a new head for it, maybe some new armor that looks skeletal, maybe even one full-on skeletal limb, but I don't think it's going to be a full-blown full skeleton horse. I don't think that makes sense investment wise in terms of new tooling because of the limitations on redoing horses like that. But who knows? Maybe the demand really is there. Maybe they will go with that. But I highly doubt it personally. But they do like to surprise us. Anyway, I cannot wait for Friday the 4th to see really what they have in store and to shatter all of my predictions and just be shocked at what they're going to be putting out there. And then probably like seeing them in person. The prototypes likely will be on display at Legions Con the next couple days after the G-Con event. If you're going to Legions Con, let me know, get in touch, let's get together, let's hang out, have some fun. Anyway, thanks for watching my video, and until next time, may the Force be with you.